Welcome to the show. I am Jordan Klepper. I gotta tell you, we got so much to talk about tonight. Politicians find a new tragedy to politicize. Hurricanes are now affecting people who don't exist. And it turns out that Fox News might not have told the truth. Can you believe it? Let's get right into headlines. Let's start tonight with a little stroll down memory lane. Remember the early days of the COVID pandemic when tests had just been developed, but you couldn't find one to save your life? Well, now we know where they went.
There is reporting that former President Trump, the then sitting president at the time, had, quote, secretly sent Putin a bunch of Abbott point-of-care COVID test machines for his personal use as the virus spread rapidly through Russia.
Here's how the phone call goes between Trump and Putin. Putin says, please don't tell anybody you sent these to me. Trump, I don't care, fine. Putin, no, I don't want you to tell anybody because people will get mad at you, not me. They don't care about me.
Oh, if that phone call didn't just annex my heart. So, Trump was secretly giving sound medical advice to a foreign adversary while publicly convincing Americans to poison themselves with bleach. I gotta say, most presidents would do that the other way around. But hey, you do you, Trump. Let's get to our top story tonight. The country is still dealing with the aftermath of Hurricane Helene, but now it looks like there's a sequel on the way that may pull a joker, a.k.a. cost a lot more and suck even harder.
The breaking news, potentially one of the most destructive storms on record. That's the new warning from the National Hurricane Center about Hurricane Milton headed for Florida's west coast.
It's a Category 5, which is something that I've never heard a Category 5 actually coming onto land, but it looks like it's going to.
Wow! Donald, you never heard of a Category 5 hurricane hitting land? It's weird, because I remember one happening while you were president. What did you say after that happened?
I'm not sure that I've ever even heard of a Category 5.
Yes. For all you people who think he's in mental decline, turns out he's been the same level of stupidity for years. He must do Sudoku. Yes. One. I got it. Okay, but yes, Hurricane Milton is bearing down on Florida, which is terrible because we still haven't cleaned up the fallout from Helene. And not just the flooding and the debris. I'm talking about the torrent of misinformation and bullshit that we're still wading through. Because if you've been getting your news from Eternal Hurricane on the Spotless Mind over here, you might think that the victims of Hurricane Helene have been completely abandoned by the government.
The White House is doing nothing. They've abandoned us. And you know, it's largely a Republican area. They haven't seen anybody from the federal government yet. The federal government isn't there.
Horrifying, if true. Comrade Kamala and Sleepy Joe's federal government has left Republican voters out to dry just because of their party affiliations. Now, these Republican governors of those states must be outraged. Virginia Governor Glenn Youngkin, tell the world what horrors you've seen.
I'm incredibly appreciative of the rapid response and the cooperation from the federal team at FEMA.
Oh, okay. You're probably some deep state Democratic ploy. But Tennessee and Florida and Georgia, you guys are the real red states. Your governors will dish on how slow the federal government's response has been.
The response was quick from the federal government.
We have what we need.
We got what we need. He offered that if there's other things we need, just to call him directly.
Okay. All right. Okay. Let me get this right. So every red state governor said Biden is competently helping them. It's clear what's happening here. Either Trump has been lying, or every governor has been seduced by the sexual power of Joe Biden's slow, confused smile. That's a smile that says, I don't know where I am, but I know where I want to be. But Trump isn't the only one spreading misinformation. Conservative media is spreading lies that FEMA is diverting resources to Ukraine, that Jews in the government are secretly sabotaging aid, and the biggest conspiracy of all, that the hurricane was deliberate.
Republican Marjorie Taylor Greene posting on X, yes, they can control the weather. It's ridiculous for anyone to lie and say it cannot be done.
Whatever happened to the good old days when conservatives believed sensible things, like hurricanes were creations of God, who was pissed off by gay marriage? I mean, what happened? Did God go to a really nice gay wedding in Cabo and pass off hurricane duties to Chuck Schumer? You know what? I was against this, but when I saw Bruce and Gary take those vows, wow. They had a live band, for Christ's sakes. That's class. These crazy conspiracy theories aren't harmless. They spread paranoia around a population that is already desperate. And we're starting to see the effect.
We talked to people who believed that there were federal officials who were seizing a town called Chimney Rock, North Carolina, that there was this conspiracy to seize the town and to bulldoze all the bodies and hide them, maybe to mine it for lithium.
Do you see what's happening? People are afraid those who are coming to help are actually coming to steal their lithium. Everyone, let's be clear, completely clear. The U.S. government doesn't destroy towns to steal their resources. In the U.S., in the Middle East, sure. All this misinformation distracts from the fact that there are real people in these disaster zones who need help. Like this heartbreaking photo of this little girl and her puppy. Beneath all these lies, her suffering is real.
No, these photos claiming to show girls and puppies being rescued after Hurricane Helene are not real. They were made with AI.
Damn it! How can something so fake elicit such real tears? Of course, this hurricane is happening in 2024, which means on top of all the misinformation from our politicians, we also have to deal with the flood of fake AI bullshit. Like these pictures of little girls, or this fake picture of Donald Trump wading through the floodwaters. Now, this one is subtle. You can tell this one is fake because it's a picture of Donald Trump helping people. Okay. But you have to look close. You have to look close. But for a lot of other pictures, we have to spend time learning how to spot AI.
This is how we figured out this photo was AI generated. You can count that there are 6 fingers on this hand, and there's also 3 nostrils in this guy's nose, which obviously is not a thing.
Thank you, Big Tech, for improving our lives. We had to bulldoze 15 acres of the Amazon to make that extra nostril, but I think we can all agree it was worth it. For more on the effects of all this misinformation, let's go live to North Carolina to interview a first responder who is part of the rescue efforts, Brad McDonald. Mr. McDonald. Mr. McDonald, I want to thank you for joining us. I got to say, you must be sick of all the fake images of 6-fingered men swirling around out there.
I'll tell you what I'm sick of, Mr. Klepper. You people in the media who are saying I'm not real.
Oh, shit. Okay. Wow. You really have 6 fingers?
I sure do. This look artificially generated to you, fancy boy? Why, I ought to give you a 6-knuckle sandwich.
Okay, all right. I'm sorry, Mr. McDonald. I had no idea. Forgive me for asking, but do you have 6 fingers on both hands?
Of course not. I'm not a freak. My other hand is a foot.
Okay, all right. Of course. Clearly. This is enlightening for me. Frankly, I had no idea there actually was a real 6-fingered man in North Carolina.
You think I'm the only one? There's actually 6 of us, all right? And together we've rescued every dog in the county. But does anybody in the media ever thank us? No. They call us a bunch of AI fakes. If I ever see one of them news people, I swear I'm going to put my hand foot up their ass.
All right, okay. Point taken. I guess we'll need to find other clues that a picture is AI, like a person having 3 nostrils.
You mean 3-nostril Pete?
Oh, I mean, come on. There's no way he's real.
Oh, tell that to his enormous Kleenex bill. I suppose you want to make fun of his beautiful 3-nostril kids, too, putting down a man who's already been through so much. You know, his son has the biggest coke problem you've ever seen.
I'm sorry. I can't even imagine what that's like.
Well, I'll explain. You see, it's like a regular Coke problem, but with 3 nostrils.
I got it. I guess I didn't appreciate how difficult this is for you. How do you get through it?
Well, I find strength in my personal relationship with Shrimp Jesus. Now, let me tell you about Shrimp Jesus.
No, I'm good. Thank you, totally real North Carolina resident Brad McDonald. Thank you.